up with the sun in the morning, go to sleep with the moon at night.
For the model train enthusiast, we lord over a world where the neighbors are always kind, the lovers always end up together.
Allison, every memory I cherish has you in it. I love you.
And the trains always take you to the far-off places you always swore you'd go. In life, of course, nothing is nearly as neat and tidy.
This dude, my God, this movie's emotional.
Yeah, it's intense. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Why did you? What was the? I feel like this story must have been real personal to you.
Yeah.
Was that why you went in, and what was the idea and to tell this particular story that's still really relevant?
You know, in 2016, my sister had an aneurysm, and it obviously came out of the blue, and it was devastating, and she eventually passed from it. And I just kept thinking about how in a split microsecond, that tiny little thing that happened in one little blood vessels in her head reverberated through our whole family. And some people turned to addiction, and some people turned to depression, and some people are still grieving it now. We're all probably still grieving it now. And then I lost my father to cancer. And it's just, I've experienced a lot of grief. And when the pandemic hit, I wanted to write about that, how our lives can change in a split second, and how we experience trauma, and how we are a resilient species. With help from friends, with support from the right people, we can stand back up again and begin anew. And the challenge of that, and how hard that is. And so, you know, in lockdown, that's what really struck me as the thing I wanted to write about. And I wanted to write something for Florence because I just think she's fantastic. And so that was the genesis.
Is it difficult to process this? I mean, or do you think it helped you? Was it kind of a good experience to kind of face your demons, as it were?
You know, the most helpful thing I'm finding, I've been touring around the country doing Q&As and watching the movie in theaters with audiences. And that's when it feels so wonderful to watch a group of strangers experiencing these emotions, experiencing the laughter, the drama, the pin drop silence. You know, I think when I went through these emotions and sadness, it felt very lonesome and isolating. And it feels so heartwarming to share the experience with strangers and watch them experience it and see how alike we all are, you know, that we all have these touchstones in our lives for these emotions. And hopefully if I did a good enough job, the audience will see themselves in the characters and relate to their own life in some way.
Well, I think they will. I mean, for sure. I was watching the film, and it hit me deeply. I can understand the subject matter, and I've definitely felt it. Do you? And I think that it's important to talk about this. It's a very undervalued, discussion, to be honest.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, thank you for making the film, man. It was really beautifully done.
Thank
really
you. And I love your choice of movie posters. That's a really cool Fight Club poster.
Thank you, dude. I love this poster so much.
Lately, so much of my life has been out of control. I just caught my granddaughter having sex with a boy who looked like a man.
Hey, Belinda, I found this fool in bed with my Ryan.
She said she was 18 online.
You're a fuck boy. He's a fuck boy. That's what the kids call them. Get out of our neighborhood, fuck boy.
Okay.
Jimmy O from Joblo. Molly, I've been a fan of yours since your SNL days.
Oh my gosh,
amazing.
thank you. Thank you so much. That feels like such a long time ago, but it feels like yesterday, in all honesty. That's what I want to say.
Really? Does it
and
really?
whenever it honestly does. And when I go back there, it's like no time has passed. So when people say, oh, that was so many years ago, I'm like, that is so weird. I can't. So yes, it does feel like yesterday. Yeah.
Well, you look the same. So, I mean, there's that.
Thank you. Thank you. I don't know if I can still kick and stretch the same as I did when I was 30, but we'll see.
This role, man, I was so moved by Diane. I was really moved.
Oh,
how do you find the levels of emotional the turmoil you have to go through with this role. How did you find that?
Well, I mean, I would just, Florence is so good and Morgan, they're just so talented. So I just tried to, play it real, and we would kind of plan those scenes out. Like the one big scene where I started in the living room and I come in, I'm like, you're still inside the house. And I open the curtains, and then that was a very big scene that we shot early on. And then it leads to me chasing her up the steps and into the bathroom to try to get the pills from her. I mean, those were crazy scenes, but I think I just try to be in the moment, and Florence is so good, and Morgan, oh my gosh. So just kind of, Laura Dern gave me advice once. She was like, all you can do is just be in the moment. That's really what you have to do, is just try to be in the moment, try not to go elsewhere, but just be present and be in the moment and be reacting to the present circumstances. What the hell did you do to your hair?
It's Makeover Monday.
It's Friday.
Oh.
Well, I'd say Laura Dern's a good person to get advice from.
She is. Yep. She told me that in Enlightened. That's what she said. I always think about that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. You've had such an amazing career too. It's like you bounce from all these amazing roles. What drives you as an actor? What drives you? What do you say, oh yeah, that's a role I need to take on?
Well, mostly I just like to work with really good people, nice people. Florence in real life is she's just wonderful. She's really funny, and she's like wise beyond her years, and she's just kind and thoughtful. And Zach Braff is so nice. And Morgan is just so cool and funny. And I like to work with good people. That's why I did good person, nice people. I feel like life's too short. So if I hear that somebody's like not a nice person, I don't want to do that. I'm like, I don't need that. I feel like I have enough good people to work with that I try to stick with the good people who make it fun on set. So I feel lucky enough that I have enough of those relationships that I am really able to do that. Because I have kids. Yeah, because I have kids. And if it wasn't like a good situation, I don't want to leave my home for that. So I do feel picky about my time. And if somebody was nasty, I would not want to work with them.
Well, we gotta wrap it. You are amazing. I'm so honored to talk to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Have a great day, James. Thank you.
Thank you. Cheers, Molly.
We could be on Shark Tank. We'll be like, hey, sharks. I knew you would like that idea.